You're welcome back. The topic we'll be considering today is the principles and techniques of utilization of audiovisual aids. Introduction. The selection of suitable teaching aids is very important for the success of learning process. Unsuitable selection can result in more harm than good because it can cause confusion in the minds of the learner being related to. As you can view, there are different types of visual or audiovisual aids. The projector is used for revealing the given view of what exactly the mind of the presenter is through pictures and voice. We have the speaker. The speaker brings out the voice of the presenter or what is being displayed as picture and as video. We have the monitor. The monitor brings about the exact thing which is inserted through the CPU, or the central processing unit, and this is viewed from the monitor. So we have different types of teaching aids. We have television, and we have cameras for snapping or for taking pictures, and various other ones. Learning outcome for this study session. At the end of this session, I believe that you should be able to identify the principles of audiovisual aids and also be able to discuss the concepts of instructional material. A tutor should keep in mind the following principles while selecting suitable teaching aids. One of it is the principle of selection. The selected teaching aids should have the basic traits. It should be definitely important from educational point of view, and it should be interesting and should be able to motivate the students or learners for learning. It should encourage the achievement of instructional objectives. The second principle is preparation. A teacher should devote himself or herself and make students ready to teaching aid psychologically. That is, they must be ready and prepared in different ways so that the learner will understand exact thing the tutor or the teacher is being passed across to them. And also, before demonstrating to the class, there must be preparedness or more preparation on the part of the tutor, okay, in spite of the teaching aids to be used, and also give respect to all the necessary things that needs to be used as presentation. Then the third one is the principle of proper presentation. He or she should ensure that both the subject matter and the teaching aids are properly coordinated and related. So teaching aids should be used as supplementary aids, not as the exact aid, as additional aid. A teacher should be fully proficient in the use of those aids. Not that at the end of it, when you need to use the aids, you are now looking for someone that will help you or that will aid you in or assist you in ensuring proper display of such aid. So the tutor or the person in control must be able to handle them properly. The fourth one is the principle of control. So in teaching aids, the aids must be under the control of the teacher or the tutor during the entire period of using those aids. Okay, so no such situation should be allowed in which a tutor is not able to control and use those teaching aids properly and appropriately. Classification of audiovisual aids. Material and instructional aids can be used interchangeably. Olaitan and Onoze in the year 1987 defined teaching aids as material or spoken words in the transmission of knowledge, attitude, and ideas as to sympathize, clarify, or visualize instruction. So instructional material helps science teacher or extension agent or mathematics teacher to convey their message to the learner or students or farmers or the respondents in simple, most convincing, not confusing, and practical way. Okay, so this enhance the teaching learning process and bring about effectiveness into the teaching of extension in agriculture. So some common instructional material includes, we have the charts, we have the diagram, maps, motion pictures, specimens, and objects, chalkboards, radio, television, and others. We have the classification of the aids. The first one is the visual aids. The second one is the audio aid, while the last one is the audiovisual aids. Under the visual aid, they are what you can see. Okay, what you can see. It may not have voice. And under the audio aid, they are what you can hear, but you cannot see the picture. While audiovisual comprises of both the picture and the voice. So under the visual, we have the chalkboard, we have the video clips, and under the audiovisual, we have the radio, we have the voice recording, and under the audiovisual, we have the video, television, or film, which are being displayed. Okay, so the next one we'll be talking under this same topic is the concept of instructional material. Instructional material are very, very important. Okay, so instructional material are referred to as those materials or devices which a teacher, a tutor, okay, or an extension agent employs in teaching so as to help people or farmers to understand the lesson that is being passed across. Then educators often use all these instructional materials in the teaching aids also. So learning resources, educational resources material, and instructional aids can be used interchangeably. So Olaiton also and Onaze define teaching aids as material or spoken words in the transmission used in the transmission of knowledge, attitudes, and idea, and to emphasize, clarify, or visualize instruction. So Olaiton had already embedded the necessity of the use of teaching aid in the definition, as you can see. All right, so we have significance of instructional material in extension. So we can understand that there is need for an extension agent to introduce additional material that will show pictures, that will display how things are being done or being used, so that a better understanding is being passed across to the farmers. So the first significance is that it helps in bringing lesson home or nearer to the learners. So all these things, they are not something that is being done in their presence most times, but being passed through viewing, through hearing, and through even viewing and hearing both at the same time. So it also makes the teaching and learning more practical, realistic, and easy for teachers. Okay, so through instructional aid, all this information are being passed across, and it substitutes for effective instruction, or it substitutes the effective instructor. So even in the absence of the instructor, those who are hearing will actually understand or will easily take in what is being passed as information or as messages. So nevertheless, make it more effective and increase the communication skill. The fourth one is that they add zest, interest, and vitality to any training and learning process. So the last one is that they bring about better understanding of the subject matter, and that on the part of the participants and also on the part of the trainer. So sometimes it may not be the trainer that is talking or giving information. It may be that he will sit somewhere where the information are being passed through videos and through audio visual aids. Characteristics of good instructional material. So all these that we have said, they need to be properly used and properly coordinated. So if they do not have these main characteristics, it shows that it might not be handled very well. So the importance of any instructional material lies on the ability to, one, appeal to the sense, sound, and sight. So you can see the sense, the sound, and the sight. The second one is attract and hold attention. It attracts. So at a glance, the viewer or the trainee must be able to see. When they see, they will be captivated. Oh, this thing is beautiful. Oh, let us sit down and watch what will be the end of it. Oh, let us see how exactly this is being done. That means it is attracting and is holding the attention of those who are being trained. The third one is that they focus attention on essential elements to be learned at the proper time. So when you are given an instructional material through an aid or visual, either visual, audio, or audiovisual, it must have all this, it must be embedded through all these characteristics, importance that we have stated. Now, when you want to use it, you look at the first thing, which is simplicity. Simplicity is that it must be easy for the user to handle. So when you're handling it, it does not require a technical know-how. You can actually stand on your own and coordinate and use and display even to the training. Then the color. The color, they must not be muddled up. They must be properly separated. There's no need of using multicolors, but you can use a color that will show or distinct exact thing information you are passing to the learners. Another thing is the portability. You must be able to handle them properly, you must be able to use them effectively, and you must be able to show exact information you want to pass to the farmers or to the learners or those you are being trained. The flexibility. Handling also, it must be flexible. When they see, they can easily hold on whatsoever you are passing. For example, in the use of knapsack sprayer, there are ways you can do them. The necessary things they can use. They can easily get a lab coat from somewhere. They can easily get the boots. They can easily purchase those knapsack sprayer for effectively use even after it has been displayed and being taught to them. Then visibility. It must be clear. The picture must be clear. It must be visible. They can see clearly and correctly. All right? So, thank you for listening. And I want you to further go forth to your material. If anything is not getting or you do not understand, kindly contact me. Have a good day. Bye.